So there's always a debate on who's the GOAT, LeBron or MJ. Some say Kareem, some say Shaq. But who's the greatest player at each position?
When people are arguing the NBA GOAT debate, there is always a clash and difference in opinions. Different basketball rules, different teammates and competitions, and many other factors make any GOAT equation extremely complicated to solve.
For real.
It's hard to compare errors, and it's hard to compare players that play different positions. So we decided to go around that problem and made a list of greatest players for all 5 positions in basketball.
Okay, let's see.
Point guard.
Nah,
The internet
I
has
disagree.
spoken and decided that the
I
best
disagree.
point guard, and without
Off
any
the bat.
doubt, the greatest player
Off the bat, Magic is not the GOAT point guard. I don't care what anybody says. Steph Curry is the greatest point guard in NBA history. He's the greatest shooter. He revolutionized the game. He literally changed the game. Not only just for the NBA, he changed the game for for the whole world. You go to any park, you go to any gym, you see kids shooting threes, you see adults shooting threes, you even see old heads shooting threes. I've never seen old heads shoot as many threes as they do now. When I was a kid, old heads really would stay in the mid range. Now, bro, old heads are shooting threes. Old heads. We're talking about MJ fans, not our fans.
all time is Mr. Alex Caruso, aka the Bald Mamba. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we have to say that the actual greatest point guard is another Lakers legend who is maybe not as popular online, but has just a tiny bit more impressive resume. 9 NBA Finals in 11 seasons, with 5 titles, 3 finals,
Steph
and
got 4
regular seasons MVPs, and the best assists per game average.
Magic
Has the thickest CV of any point guard who ever played. Before Magic suited up for the Lakers, it was widely regarded that you can't win a championship with a point guard as your best player. Magic immediately changed that narrative as a rookie, pouring 42 on the Sixers in the 1980 Finals and taking home the Finals MVP trophy.
He's second, bro. He's not first. He is not first.
He was extremely talented and a clear-cut leader. He was flashy yet efficient. His smile could light up the entire arena.
I was talking about smile. Oh, hell no.
Increasing the popularity of the NBA in the 80s when the league desperately needed it. But if you ask me which point guard I would take if 5 aliens came from Moron Mountain and the fate of the world depended on a 5-on-5 basketball game, I would select Steph Curry.
Yes.
While Magic definitely is the best passer of all time and has the most titles and MVPs, he needs the ball to be effective, which would take
facts. I didn't even mention that. Steph does not need the ball.
Such problem. With his perpetual running, Steph's movement creates havoc for the opposing defenders, even if he doesn't touch the ball.
For real, bro.
And you have to go after his runs, because if you don't, you'll give an open shot to the greatest shooter who ever played. 3 is more than 2, which the whole basketball world figured out sometime in 2015.
Thank you.
Steph and his Splash brother, who changed basketball forever. With 3 titles, 2 MVPs, and probably 5 or 6 good years left, Curry can still jeopardize Magic's position at the point guard.
I can see him playing till 2030.
Who must get honorable mention is John
Or is
Stockton.
that a reach? That might be a reach.
And steals, 2 records that will never be broken. Standing just at 6'1" and looking
John Stockton
like a high
was
school
good.
teacher, John Stockton
Top
did
5.
everything at a high level. He was a surgically precise floor general, a pesky defender, and above average shooter.
Michael Jordan as a shooting guard?
The best shooting
Not
guard
mad at it.
and a player that many consider the best ever is Michael Jordan. After he hit the shot against Georgetown and graduated from Mike to Michael, MJ went on to be the most spectacular one-man show in the NBA.
Facts.
Playoff record 63 in the Garden, the dunk contest
63 dunk contest,
and the shot over Elo are just the tip of the highlights Jordan produced.
Don't forget the jazz shot. That was a great shot.
By the time the 90s rolled around, MJ had won all the individual awards he could have, and some considered him the GOAT even before his first title. In the words of Jay-Z, Mike was losing to Isaiah, but he soon would get his 6th one. And when he made that last shot over Russell,
made him touch
there was
earth.
little to no doubt that Michael is the greatest shooting guard who ever touched a basket.
Facts.
Honorable mention goes
Kobe.
to
Yep. Kobe is right there. Don't get it twisted. Kobe is right there. People always, I don't know what's going on with the recency Kobe hate, but bro, Kobe is literally right next to MJ. Don't get it twisted. It's not a gap. The gap goes LeBron, MJ, Kobe, and then there's a gap to Shaq and then everybody else. Everybody got to stop. Them 3 are in a tier list of their own.
He was undoubtedly a true incarnation of Jordan.
Facts.
Kobe was the biggest worker in basketball history and probably the most skilled scorer ever.
Yeah.
After Bryant, the third best shooting guard has to be D Wade. Even
D
though
Wade.
he's sapped his prime, while he was in that prime,
D Wade or Harden?
he was faster than any defender.
That's another debate right there. D Wade or Harden? Harden would average 50.
The 06 finals to Miami's favor and brought them their first title in a Jordan-esque manner. After that, he was the perfect Robin to LeBron's.
He has 3 rings, right?
O'Brien's, and then rode into the sunset in the county named after him. His final landing on the commentator's desk could be better, but we'll let that one slide.
LeBron?
Small
Yep,
forward.
facts.
LeBron James
The GOAT.
is on the basketball Mount Rushmore, and he is slowly but surely closing the gap on Jordan in the GOAT debate.
He is the
gap
GOAT.
seemed insurmountable after he botched the 2011 NBA Finals, which is basically the only bad playoff series in his career. Oh,
Yeah, but
it was easy to hate LeBron then, especially after the decision and the not 1, not 2, not 3 Kings landing in Miami. After Dirk gave him that public punch in the gut,
No, but Dirk was on something different, bro. He beat Kobe. He beat the Thunder, man.
He touched after 2011 turned to gold. He went to every final. He ended Cleveland's
Yeah, like how many finals? 8 or 10?
He became a Jordan-like
I think it was
leader,
8.
understanding he's the best player in the world. In year 17, he is still going strong, and barring injury,
Year 17, he's not year. This is so long ago. Oh my
will
god.
likely retire as the all-time.
What is he
leading
in right now?
scorer
Year
and top 5
21?
in assists. Apart from that, he became a media mogul, created modern player empowerment, and has the most respected voice in basketball when it comes to social activism and fighting for human rights.
Facts.
Honorable mention goes to Larry Bird, who many people consider the best small forward ever.
Honorable mention goes to Kevin Durant, not Larry Bird. Larry Bird is 3rd. KD is 2. What are we talking about here? Oh, hell
After
no.
Braun had won 2 in Miami, and they had plenty of argument. More titles, similar stats, and all-around skill set wasn't any worse than LeBron's. And Larry was, and always will be, a better shooter than James. However,
Facts.
when James blocked Iguodala and won his 3rd, Larry had to slide to the number 2 spot on the all-time list.
Number
And he
3.
might even slide to
Number
number
3.
3 or 4 because KD
Yep.
and Kawhi are not
No,
that good and
not
could
Kawhi.
enhance their all-time status with a few more rings.
Yeah, you could tell this is
KD's
really
combination of
old.
size,
He said
length,
year
dribbling,
17, so
and
that's like
shooting
4
touch
years
is
ago. That's when
unparalleled.
Kawhi was
And he
great.
is surely top 5
I mean,
scorer
Kawhi's still
ever,
great,
if
but
not top
bro
5.
doesn't play no more.
Kawhi, on the other hand, is top 5 wing defender ever, who also
Facts.
became an efficient
Prime
scorer
Kawhi, yep.
at all levels.
Raptors,
And
Kawhi,
could become
San
the
Antonio,
first player
Kawhi.
winning Finals MVP with 3 different teams. Power
Tim
forward.
Duncan. Yep.
Tim Duncan is the most
You could
complete
argue
power
Dirk,
forward
but
ever played.
Tim
There
Duncan's
were
just
more
too
athletic
much,
power
bro.
forwards to him, more mobile, and some who were stronger. But nobody was as versatile.
And
as
it was
Tim,
all
who had the
fundamentally
best
like
resume of them
it was
all.
just fundamental
Most
plays.
rings, wins, and
He
all
didn't do
NBA
anything like
selections.
crazy or
Big
shabby.
fundamental, never made an excess move, and everything he did was methodical.
Bank
and
shot, bro.
efficient.
He's like the
A
only one that does
post-up
bank, that did
powerhouse.
banks.
Capable mid-range threat, Timmy was extremely hard to guard in his prime.
Facts.
Defensively, prime Timmy was guarding everything under the sun. And the whole
How many
Spurs
defensive player of the years does he have? I think
revolved
1
around
or
channeling
2.
Guards and forwards
He might
towards
have
the
2.
basket, where a big fella from the Caribbean would wait with his perfect positioning, nimble feet, and 7'5" wingspan.
Bro,
In
7'5"?
2003 NBA Finals against the Nets, Duncan averaged a staggering 5.3 blocks per game. to go
5.3?
along with 24
I
points,
mean, he is
17
tall, but
rebounds,
damn.
and 5 assists, which perfectly shows his brilliance and versatility.
That's kind of like
If
how
he didn't play
Wemby
for
is.
the Spurs,
I believe
he could've
Wemby
had
could
even
average like a
more
good
gaudy
4
numbers.
or
No
5
Spurs fan will
rebound
complain about his
blocks.
5
I mean,
rings in 6 finals.
I think this year he could average 3 blocks.
During Duncan's 19 years in San Antonio. When we are talking about other great power forwards, in my book, KG had all.
KG.
Offensively,
Facts.
he was also a post-up powerhouse with a dependable mid-range and an.
If
occasional
KG was just a
which
little
rare at the
better,
time.
like a little
On
better
defense,
scorer,
he was
you could have the
most
argument he's better than Tim
7-footer who ever
Duncan.
played, and only the
But he's not
fastest
a, like-
guards could pass by his huge body and long
He's
arms.
more of like a
Wolves
hustle
didn't waste
player,
his prime
or like
when he
not a
was
hustle
team.
player, like a
He
grit
could've
player.
won more than one championship. We also can't forget about
Charles Barkley, yep.
who played like he was 6'10",
Surprised no
but
Dirk
was
here
only
yet.
6'5".
Dirk is second in my
Mobile,
opinion.
Agile, hostile. Barkley was the best power forward in the world for many years. Only a prime Jordan cut his championship dream
Facts.
short in a series
They
that
could have
have
won.
easily
I think like
swayed in
what was
Barkley's
it?
favor.
80. I forgot
Then
80
there's
something.
Also Karl Malone.
Karl Malone.
the
Bro, no,
second leading
Dirk is
scorer
crazy.
Ever. And another victory.
Bro,
of
we're
Jordan's.
we're like 4
Unstoppable
players
on
in.
block and deadly in transition. Karl Malone was a
Oh
complete
my
package.
god.
And last but
Okay.
not least, we have Dirk, who redefined
Dirk
the
is
meaning
second,
of
bro.
power
What is
forward.
this guy on?
A 7-footer with a shooting touch, Dirk is another member of 30K Scorers Club, and his playoff run with Dallas in 2011 is one of the best playoffs anyone's ever played.
He might have like top 3
Center.
greatest playoffs of all time.
Most people
that
remember
run.
Kareem as a
Kareem?
center that helped the Lakers
Nah,
win
bro,
5
Shaq.
championships alongside
Shaq is the most
Even
dominant.
then,
I don't
Jabbar
care what
was one of the
anybody
best
says.
centers in the NBA. However, when Kareem was in his prime,
Kareem
in the
was good
70s,
too,
with
but
a full head
Shaq
of
and then
hair,
Kareem, bro.
He was the best and most complete player in the league. Jabbar was extremely agile for a 7'1" frame and was regularly averaging 30 points and 15 rebounds.
30 and 15.
If blocks were measured in
Damn.
the first 4 seasons of Kareem's career,
Didn't like
that would surely put him
Shaq
in
go
the
like
front
on
of that
15-point
category as well.
runs?
Of course, Mr. Skyhook is the NBA all-time leading scorer and the most decorated center in NBA.
That's a good argument though.
4 titles in high school, 3 NCAA championships, 6 NBA championships, and 6 MVP.
He is second in the
Mr.
all-time
Jabbar
leading
must have a pretty large
points.
trophy room to fill all that in. However, just like Magic, I wouldn't put Kareem in my fantasy top 5.
Facts.
I'd go with 2000 and 2001 Shaq because that man was a monster. With 330 pounds of pure muscle,
This
prime
dude was-
Shaq
he was just
had to be
different, bro.
defended by at least 2 players, and most of them would need ice packs all over their body after battling Big Diesel in the post. During the Lakers three-peat, O'Neal averaged 30 and 15 in the playoffs and was by far the most dominant player in the
30
league.
and 15
His
with
dominance
Kobe.
caused the shift in the
With
rules
Kobe,
and paved
bro.
the way for pace and space era we see today. In this era, if I
Hakeem,
picked the best
yeah.
center for my top 5, I'd go with
When it
Hakeem
comes to
Olajuwon,
scoring,
who
I'll
is
pick
the
Hakeem.
most skilled center ever,
Hakeem might be the
officially first
greatest
in blocks
scorer,
and the only
as a
center in
center.
top 10 in steals.
You
Hakeem
could
was
argue
playing the
Kareem,
center
but
position
Hakeem's
as a
style was
guard.
just like
With an array of
it was something
crossovers,
different.
spins, dream
Just
shakes,
look at
and a
this.
great jump shot, he'd easily dominate on offense, and defensively, he'd be mobile enough to catch up with faster play and switching we see in today's game. Of course, we also have to mention Bill Russell and Wilt
Yep.
Chamberlain to round the top 5 center list.
Well, that's the best players at each position. In my opinion, I would swap out Steph with Magic. Or I mean, Magic with Steph. I'll swap out Kareem with Shaq. And then I need Dirk higher. Bro put Dirk like 5th. I don't know if it was ranking after the honorable mentions. But honorable mention has to be Dirk. And KD is the honorable mention over Larry Bird. If you guys enjoyed this video, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and comment what else I should react to. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.